All right. Good morning, y'all. It is Friday, July 31st. I guess it's the last day of the month. Um, it's pre-workout time. We have legs today, and I was actually supposed to do triceps yesterday and didn't do those, so I'm going to be either front loading or back loading my triceps. I don't know. Legs take a lot of effort, so I'll probably front load some triceps or maybe just incorporate them throughout the workout. Don't know yet. I have my leg workout planned, but don't know how I'm going to do triceps. Probably will figure that out on the drive over. But same pre-workout, ignition switch from axle and ledge, doing 2 scoops. And something I didn't show because I keep my intra in my car and normally it's just accustomed to mixing it. I used to have 2 tubs of this and I only have one, and I would use 1 tub for my pre-workout, but I ran out like a month ago, like a couple weeks ago, and I keep the other tub just in case I need a second scoop of intra. But I've been using raw endurance fuel for probably, I don't know, I've been using raw intra workout for 3 years now. And they introduced this a few months ago. But it has sodium in it, 24 grams of carbs per um, per serving, a 1 to 8 glucose to fructose ratio, and it has sea salt. So I love it because I'm big on having salts in my water and drinks throughout the day because I sweat a lot. So definitely when I golf or I'm doing cardio outside or I just work out in general, I like having salt in my supplements and in my water. So 2 scoops of pre-workout, 1 scoop of carbs, intra. I guess they're pre-workout technically. And sometimes depending on how hard I'm training, because a lot of times my leg workouts take 20 to 30 minutes longer than my upper body days. So sometimes I will drink some intra while I'm working out, intra carbs. But most of my upper body days, I normally just drink this on the way to the gym. Because if you didn't know, because I see a lot of people who drink their pre-workouts like as they're warming up, and caffeine typically takes like 30 minutes to an hour to even fully engage into your system. So I would encourage you that if you're somebody who always buys your energy drink or pre-workout at the gym, that you just buy a case of it from Vitamin Shop or Amazon or wherever, and you drink it on the gym, or if you have a short drive to the gym, drink it while you're at home getting dressed, so the caffeine is actually kicked in by the time you work out. Because yeah, some of the ones that have like beta alanine, you used to feel the tingly, you think that's going, but the caffeine still doesn't kick in for 30 to 60 minutes later. So uh, drink your pre-workouts at least 20 minutes before you start working out, about at least time that you're warming up, which you should be warming up. Your body is like locked in and ready to go from a focus and nootropic standpoint. Because I think even nootropics take like 30 minutes to kick in if you're doing like alpha GPC and stuff like that. So that's just a little side note on that. All right, so today's shoes are Metcons. Um, for like the last year and a half, because I have a black pair of these I actually just threw away because they stunk. And these are kind of dirty. But I had only, for like the last year and a half, only been working out in Metcons. I normally wear the Freeze on upper body days, and I wear the regular Metcons on leg day. I believe outside of like lifting shoes, like hill elevated shoes on leg day, that Metcons in general are just the best shoes for working out, but especially for leg day. I like the regular Metcons. They have a slight heel elevation. A lot of like CrossFitters more use them, but I just think they're a great overall leg day shoe. So you will almost only exclusively see me working out in Metcons, especially on leg day, whether it's the Freeze, but really it's more the regular Metcons. I have a pair of like burnt orange ones that I have in my squad car, which I'm driving in right now, and I have a pair of like charcoal black ones. So those almost what you almost always see me train leg day in. So, like I said, we have legs today, triceps mixed in somehow. I need to do core because I've missed core one day this week. Um, Still doing my vacuums, still doing my core control work, and I don't know if we have. I guess I have a good amount going because I'm working out and then immediately going to the gun range. Again, I have to go back to Nashville this week, so I'm going to shoot right after I work out, and I'll show you some footage from that as well. And then definitely going to golf today, and then I'll be editing some content for social media, and then finally going to see Spider-Man tonight. So I'm pretty pumped. Been waiting for this movie for a long time. Shout out to James and Amanda. They bought me this as like a parting gift because they're no longer my clients. They have been with me for like 4 years. Um, Amanda's broken multiple state records in powerlifting. So she's actually the better powerlifter in the uh, in the dynamic there. But they've since had a kid, beautiful Jules, and Jane's been the one powerlifting now. But now they've shifted gears and have other interests, and was still coaching Amanda. She's lost like 20 pounds this year. But as a parting gift, they bought me tickets to see Spider Man. So it's like 7 or 8 of us going. We're going to the 10 o'clock showing, um, which I don't mind because I'm a late night person now because of my work schedule. I normally get off at midnights at midnight. Um, so I don't mind staying up late to see the movie, but I'm normally definitely a matinee movie person. I like going to see my movies at like 1:30 and 3:30 and 4:30. Uh, but we waited a little bit too long to buy our Spider-Man tickets, and the only thing, I think the 3:30 and the 7:30 showings were already sold out. So it was like 10 o'clock was our only option. And I hate waiting till like Saturday and Sunday to see movies because you can't get on social media. There's people spoiling the movies. I've already had like 3 buddies watch it, and I'm like, hey, if y'all start texting me stuff, I'm just gonna mute you or block you until I see the movie because I just don't want to hear it. I like going into movies. I do like watching the trailers, and I try to stay away from like the YouTube spoiler stuff. I like to go into a lot of these movies, especially like comic book movies, with no other person's opinion or imprint on it. I like just going and watching myself and form my own opinion, and then I talk to other people to see how they feel about it, and assess my opinion from there. So yeah, gym, shooting, golf, editing, Spider Man. That's the day. Again, it's my second off day. I do go back to work on Saturday tomorrow before going to Nashville, so uh, it should be a good, fun day. And the weather is even nicer today. I actually walked outside. I hadn't felt the breeze outside in like, I don't know, 3 weeks or a month. So the weather is a little bit more um, calmer and nicer today to us. So we should be able to have some fun. But I will see y'all at the gym. I just want to give y'all a quick voiceover rundown of my shooting today, which was the best shooting I've ever done. As you can see, most of my shots are clustered right there in the middle. And this is a shorter target or smaller target than what I'd qualify on at the academy. You do have that one missed shot under the three there, which I think was at 10 yards. But honestly, all my shots from 15 and 20, which was more of a struggle for me, were on point. So the fact that I shot from 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards, and 20 yards and shot 10 rounds at all four distances today, I think an additional 10 from like 15. Overall, it was a great day for me. So I'm pretty pumped and looking forward to going back to the academy to qualify in the gun range next week. All right, so I think I may be one of the biggest oddballs or weirdos in the gym because about half of the time when I'm in the gym, what I am listening to are soundtracks from movies and shows I really like. So I'm talking like the movie Tenet, Inception, Interstellar, Black Panther 1 and 2, the soundtrack from the Mandalorian show, really anything from Ludwig Göransson or Hans Zimmer. The Dark Knight trilogy, especially The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. There's probably like 20 soundtracks that I listen to in accordance to rock and hip hop music while I'm working out. And I've not really heard of anybody else who listens to soundtracks while they work out. So if you're somebody who listens to soundtracks when you work out, let me know in the comments, because I'd be interested to know what you listen to, how many other weirdos there are out there. So also a couple more movies to add to that list are both of the first Superman movies. So Zack Snyder's Henry Cavill Superman movie has a good soundtrack. And then the James Gunn, I can't remember the actor's name, but the most recent Superman that came out in 2025, that Superman, both of those movies have good soundtracks as well. And one that has probably been played more than anything is the Tron soundtrack from 2012 that Daft Punk did. I can pretty much listen to that whole soundtrack without skipping. So me being born in 90 and being a millennial before streaming and digital music was out, used to determine an album's greatness by the skippability of the songs on it. So if you could get through the whole album without skipping, it was normally a double platinum, triple platinum album, and a classic. And if you can get about halfway through, it might have went platinum or it might have just went gold. And if it only had like 2 or 3 songs that were popping on it, then that album or that artist normally didn't last more than 1 or 2 albums and was in and out of the music industry. Rocking one of my all-time favorite shirts, and I probably haven't again worn it probably like a year, but it's from Conquering Barbell, the Beast Mode shirt. I have a list, Mike has a list, but this shirt was made from Conquering Barbell, so go check their page out. I'm gonna tag them below. And also my new YouTube is up, training legs and triceps and ranting and raving. I was on one today, so go check out my new YouTube video. All right, so something that I think is a good thing, but can also be a little bit of a problem, and I'm not going to show the issue, but are when gangs, especially men, because women never really do it, but when groups of guys start teaming up in the gym, and it's only when they hog a whole area. It's normally specifically a big cable machine or the dumbbell area. And I've seen it at the yard with like high school and college age kids. I've seen it at Golds with college age and grown men. But it'd be like 5 to 8 dudes, and they're just hogging up the whole dumbbell section, or like 2/3 of the dumbbell section. And you don't want to walk through their group, but you can't get to the dumbbells. You can't get, they're sitting on benches resting, and you need a bench because other people are using the benches that for their own single use. And it just, and they hang out. If they would just do their 3 to 4 sets and move on, it's cool. But a lot of times they're hogging up a section for like 25, 30, 40 minutes sometimes. And it can really throw off your whole dynamic. So if you're in one of these groups, just try to be more conscious or courteous of your surroundings and what's going on, because you can work in a group and still be courteous of other members in the gym so that they can be able to maneuver around and get to the things they need to get in the gym. This would be my first time, I think, ever. Maybe I've done it once before, but doing 5 plates on each side on the isolateral hamstring curls. So we'll see how this goes, but everything up to this point has felt pretty good. So this will be like anything over probably 4 reps will be a rep PR on this, but still obviously need to get 8 to 10 reps. So if I can't get 8 reps each side, then I'll strip back down to 4 and do another set after that. Ooh. Went pretty good, getting stronger. So I have calf raises next, and I'm a big believer in doing one leg at a time, almost all calf raises exercise, except for maybe donkey Kong raises or donkey calf raises, whatever you call them. One where you're basically your body's at an L shape and the weight is loaded on your lower back. Which none of the gyms in Memphis even have that machine. So you literally have to load somebody on your back, and I'm not, although that is a good calf exercise, I'm not asking anybody to do that. And I'm currently single, so I don't have a female I can ask. Anywho, I'm a big believer in that single leg calf raises are the way to go. And also rep range, that doing 15 to 30 reps is always superior than doing anything less than that. For calf raises, just like forearms, there are muscles that you use every single day because you're walking, you're standing, you're stepping up, you're stepping down, all that good stuff. So they could take a lot more volume in their training, and not so much volume that you should be doing calf raises every day, but you can do a higher rep range. But you can, in theory, train calves multiple times a week with less recovery. But I'm not a big proponent of doing that unless you have a good recovery and like tissue repair regimen of you're getting regular massages, you stretch, you're doing some form of deep tissue work or whatever. So yeah. All right, so I'm a big believer in doing isolateral single leg calf raises on almost all calf raise exercises, whether I'm doing on a standing or seated. I think seated is
probably the least optimal version of calf raises. I think standing or doing them on a leg press with your feet all the way to the bottom and just having the ball of your feet are far superior than seated calf raises, just because they load the muscle the most and you can get the best stretch at the bottom of the range. And calf raises, I also believe, are better done at a higher rep range. 15 to 30 reps, I feel like it's superior than 8 to 12 reps, just because they're normally like a faster twitch muscle. You use them way more frequently, so I believe muscles like that could take a higher volume, higher rep range worth of damage versus loading the calves up with a heavier weight and going for a shorter range of motion.